with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News Nowcast.
Good afternoon, I'm Elspeth Meisner, and thanks so much for joining us for your Erie News Now Weekend Nowcast. We start our Nowcast off with continuing coverage of a story we first brought to you last night. Police are now confirming that the woman whose partial remains were found in McKay Bay, Florida last week is from Erie. The victim is identified as Stephanie Crone Overholtz. She grew up right here in Erie, graduated from McDowell High School in 1993. Officials ruled her death a homicide. Some of Crone Overholt's remains were discovered by fishermen near the 22nd Street Causeway Bridge on November 11th. Since then, more body parts have surfaced. A tattoo of the woman's lower right leg with 3 hearts and the names Sean, Greg, and Zach were used to help identify her. Police also found a silver Hyundai Elantra with Pennsylvania plates believed to be linked to the crime. They reached out to Erie police on the case several days ago. Sources tell us that Overholtz studied nursing at Mercyhurst Northeast in 2009. Her son Sean released the following statement, saying, "My family and I are devastated. This has been a living nightmare. It is unimaginable what she went through. My mother will be deeply missed." He went on to thank family, friends, and the police for their support and says they're anxious for justice to be served. So far, no arrests have been made. Now turning to news out of Warren County this afternoon, we're now continuing to learn more about the fatal hunting accident that happened on the first day of bear season. It happened at the State Game Lands 197 in Columbus Township on Saturday afternoon. Officer Jason Armory has identified the victim as 64-year-old Gary Hunt from Corey. According to initial reports, Hunt was hunting bear with a 42-year-old companion. When the companion tripped while crossing a creek, his firearm, a .270 rifle, discharged behind him. Hunt was hit in the abdomen and fatally wounded. Authorities and rescuers pronounced him dead when they arrived on the scene. The investigation is continuing, with the authorities calling it a tragic accident. And continuing with news out of Warren County today, state police charged a Warren man for firing a gun at Warren City Police who came to his home around noon on Saturday to check on his welfare. Investigators say that 26-year-old Ian Alexander Rojo of Herzl Street fired a 9mm pistol out of his bedroom window at City Police. The shots fortunately went over the officer's head. Nobody was hurt. Rojo came out of his home about 15 minutes later and was taken into custody. He faces counts of assault of law enforcement officers and other related charges. And from Warren to Meadville, state police have taken some people into custody after a high-speed pursuit started in Corey's territory and ended in the Meadville area. It happened on Mercer Street at the French Creek Parkway. That's when state police successfully stopped a vehicle they pursued south on Route 86 that reportedly traveled speeds up to 115 miles per hour. At least 2 people were taken into custody at the Meadville State Police Barracks. We're still not sure what led to this pursuit. And now turning to lighter news this Sunday. Thanksgiving may be this Thursday, but celebrations have already started today, from church services to community meals. St. Paul's Lutheran Church had their Sunday church service at the Presque Isle Rotary Pavilion. After a service full of singing, prayers, and a sermon about worrying and ways to lean on God in times of worry, church members got to enjoy a potluck meal for Thanksgiving, too.
Church is a family, and so we come together and we give thanks. And then we also have a potluck because Lutherans are very much known for our wonderful potlucks. So everybody brings a little something and we all share in fellowship and food and fun.
And that's not the only place celebrating Thanksgiving early today. Coming up at 6 o'clock, we'll take you to the MLK Center for their free Thanksgiving meals for community members. And also on Sunday, many people might be heading to church this morning. But in good news, Bishop Dwayne Brock of Victory Christian Center in the Eagle's Nest is celebrating a big milestone today, 50 years of service. The bishop has been helping the Erie community for decades, especially when it comes to at-risk youth, education, services, and many more. Our Isley Gooden has the story.
Bishop Dwayne Brock, we celebrate you.
Bishop Dwayne Brock of the Victory Christian Center in Eagle's Nest is celebrating 50 years of service.
Testament to the goodwill and the good nature of the citizens of this great city. They are here tonight. I am humbled, I'm moved to tears, and I'm very, very thankful for all of our community partners that are here to celebrate my 50 years in ministry.
Those that came out to help him celebrate had many positive things to say.
I just want to say thank you, and he deserves everything.
He helped us convince ourselves that we could win. He had the ability to give us the strength to push forward.
Mayor Joe Schember was there to testify to the bishop's contribution to Erie.
I encourage all residents to honor Bishop Dwayne Brock by advocating for equality and lifting up the marginalized. Now therefore I, Joseph B. Schember, Mayor of the City of Erie, proclaim November 20th, 2021 as Bishop Dwayne Brock Day.
This is the culmination of community partners, not one man, not Bishop Brock, but people coming together to make things happen.
Dwayne Brock is the founder and CEO of the Eagles Nest Foundation. They focus on helping at-risk youth and helping them get a great education.
We just had a young lady shot and killed, and all of her children are members of our school, the Eagles Nest.
Bishop Brock says he has plans to continue fighting against important issues.
We're going to tackle this gun violence.
And Mayor Joe Schember presented Bishop Dwayne Brock with a key to the city to honor his 50 years of service. Well, today is Football Sunday, so we have a look at what games are going to be on our stations today. The day starts off in just a little while at 1 o'clock with a WSEE game as the Bills host the Indianapolis Colts for a rematch of Wild Card Weekend in January. An exciting game to watch. Our Isaac Petcash is on location there for today. And then after you watch the Bills and the Colts, maybe you want to stick around for a little bit of a later game tonight to wrap up your Sunday. It is the Steelers and the Chargers from the LA today for the AFC playoff positioning. That game is on WICU, 8:20 for Sunday Night Football, and you can always catch Erie News Now right after the game. Well, thanks so much for joining us for your Erie News Now Weekend Nowcast. Be sure to tune into Erie News Now at 6 o'clock for all the latest news, weather, and sports. Have a great Sunday.